All right, so we're talking about atoms. And so an atom is an electrically neutral particle of an element. Electrically neutral. To be electrically neutral, then the positive and negative charges must cancel each other out. Since we know that the positive charges in an atom is a proton, and the negative charges in an atom is an electron, we know that if we're talking about an atom, if the question says, tell me the number of protons, neutrons, and electrons in an atom of such and such, then you know that the protons and electrons must equal. That's a very key point. Okay? And so the atomic number is the definition, by definition, it is the number of protons for a particular element. The atomic number will never change. You will always identify elements by their atomic number. Okay? Or also their protons. So in a minute I'm going to show you how that the number of electrons for an atom can change. It can be different from one atom to the next. I'm going to show you how the number of neutrons can change from one atom to the next. But the number of protons, no matter what question, no matter what scenario, will never change. If I'm talking about calcium, then I will have 20 protons. All right, so you need a periodic table reference in your book. You need to be able to look. I'm going to try to make you some copies of that. But there is some periodic tables in your book. I would think on the cover somewhere, on the front or back, here the front or back cover. A better one, if you'll turn to page 1. Big one that will fold out for you to use right now. Page 168 and 169. All right, so let's do an application question of finding the number of protons and electrons in the following atoms. Find the number of protons and electrons in the following atoms. So when we look for potassium, K, we find it here. There's a big number and a small number with K. There is a 19 at the top and a 39.098. Which one represents the atomic number, the big or the small? The small number. Everybody say small number is atomic number. On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Small number is atomic number. Good. And so from the atomic number, since the small number is 19, from the atomic number then I would say that I have 19 protons and, since we're talking about an atom, 19 electrons. Okay? Let's do one more. I have sulfur, S. So we go and we find S. Who can tell me the big and the small number for S? 16. What's the big number? 32. All right, 106. So tell me which one is the protons and electrons. What number? So we get the number of protons, the number of electrons for a neutral atom is always the small number or the atomic number.